Aloha, so just imagine clear water and warm sand touching your feet on the Waikiki beach or even the flower in your hair while you tour the Lomani Palace. These are all things you can do in Honolulu, located on the southeast side of Hawaii. I've always been drawn to this area because, number one, I've always thought how cool and interesting it was, considering it's very tropical and we don't have a lot of tropical areas in the United States. And my dad was also stationed there for a year and a half when I was younger, and he used to tell us how beautiful it was and all these cool stories. So first, we're going to discuss a little bit of the history of Hawaii. So Hawaii was first founded by a British captain who was named James Cook to sail along the Oahu, and instead of landing successfully, he completely missed the bay, which eventually led to discovery of Hawaii in the midst of it. Almost 2 decades later, King Kamikatamika I moved his quaint empire to Oahu in 1804, and by 1809, he officially moved his empire permanently, leading to Honolulu, the beautiful city that is full of trade, travel, and tourism. So as we know, Hawaii is known for volcanic activity, and Honolulu's terrain falls on 2 volcanoes, which is Waianae and Kailua. Honolulu is also a very small area, which only takes up 86 square miles, which, comparing to Virginia, is 7 times smaller than Virginia Beach, just to give you an idea. So Honolulu is also one of the few places that has very calm, like spring weather almost year-round, with it being around the 70s and the 80s, and it's also very humid and mostly sunny weather. So Hawaii's culture is actually heavily influenced by the spirit of aloha, which to them is sharing the essence of life and compassion. With Hawaii being the largest city with the biggest Asian population in the U.S., most of their culture mirrors cultures from countries like the Philippines or Thailand, or even places like New Zealand. They have also assimilated their own culture and values, which they contain through friendly greetings that are emblem by their great generosity. Their biggest religion there is the Protestant Christianity. However, they are home to many Buddhist and Taoist temples. So 2 major things that play a very big role in Honolulu's economy is tourism and also agriculture. So tourism plays a big part in Honolulu's economy because with tourism bringing in many room for like stores and restaurants and attractions to open for the public and the many tourists that comes in, unemployment rates are actually very, very low, and overall it's a very progressive economy with money just continuing to flow in. And then for agriculture, Hawaii is known for having very many fruits like papaya, pineapples, and mangoes that we can't really get in the U.S. continental states. So it's always nice to have them to trade off for different fruits in place of different things. And one thing I found really interesting was how multicultural and multilingual Honolulu's community is, and how it's very good for doing business firms in both the U.S. and Asian countries because just how diverse the community is. So I thought that was one interesting fact. And as far as politics go, Hawaii usually is leaning towards Democrats, and they follow a bicameral system, which includes a Hawaii Senate and the Hawaii House of Representatives that makes up for the upper or lower house, and they vote in every election, and they also have their own elections. Alright, so before I go, I just wanted to share some interesting facts about Hawaii. So my first interesting fact is that Hawaii is America's youngest state, and it entered the nation on August 21st, 1959, which to me, that's pretty recent. And another interesting fact that I've learned that just makes Honolulu the amazing area that it is that everyone is a minority in Hawaii. There is no racial majority. The Halaways or Caucasians constitute about 33% of the population. Japanese is about 33% also, and Filipino Americans are about 16%. Chinese Americans are about 5%, so most of the populations have mixed ethnicities, which to me, that's very cool. And my last interesting fact is that the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, which is in Hawaii, was directly responsible for the U.S. entry into World War II, and more than 2,400 people of Hawaiian soldiers and residents actually died in this attack. So that concludes my presentation, and whether you want to visit Honolulu just to get a break from the cold weather here in Radford, or even just for a spring break trip, Honolulu is the place to go. Aloha!